Hello, I'm Essie, the homeless woman, and I live in my car for over 12 years. I also have a minivan that I use to do Uber and private rides. My eyes look sleepy, huh? And and I just use my minivan as a work vehicle. I crochet in my minivan, and sometimes every blue moon I make jewelry. So um, I hope you guys are doing good. If you're not, pray about it. The Heavenly Father can fix it. I went and stayed over my mother's house. I was there 3 nights instead of 2. My finger is itching really bad, so I think a mosquito bit me. um, so I stayed over my mother's house 3 nights instead of 2 nights. I had a lot of mail to shred, and I just wanted to lay flat another night and on my air bed instead of in the car. And um, so I came back. It's Sunday. I have tried to record this video like 8 or 9 times, but for some reason it keeps cutting off at 2.5 minutes. I was getting a notification to um, update my cell phone. I kept putting it off. So I finally did it, and now it's cutting off every 2.5 minutes. So it's pretty depressing. I broke my ring light today. I had to go to Walmart, buy another ring light, and now this. I have a tablet, but the tablet is not very clear. And I don't know how long the tablet would allow me to record on it. Um, yeah, so I'm just kind of fed up with these cell phones. Android, and this one is a T-Mobile. It ain't much better than the Android. But 2.5 minutes is coming up soon. So I'm going to see if it's going to cut off on me. If not, we'll just continue the video. But I'm like tired now. So I've been trying all night to get this to act right. And I'm tired now. Now I don't even want to record. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, it kept recording. I cannot believe it. I think it has something to do with this right here. This came with my tripod, my ring light. And since I done updated my phone, for some reason it's not acting right. So when I press this, it cuts off on me at 2.5 minutes. If I don't use this, I guess it continues to record. Now we're at 3.5. Now I don't even feel like doing a video. I'm so tired and sleepy now. Man. And I don't want to do a video tired and sleepy. So I hate that I couldn't record the video. I had a good story too. I believe it's gonna be a pretty long story, but I don't want to do it all tired and sleepy. So I could talk about something that's really quick. I had a question somebody wanted to ask me about. Well, the person did ask me, why don't I live with my mother? Me and my mother, I would have to say we're not like-minded. I'm trying to be nice about it, but we're not like-minded. I have a sister that is 11 months younger than me, and we were both born in the same year. I was born in January. She was born in December. They say we are Irish twins because when you're siblings born in the same year, they say you're Irish twins. And I do believe that we are some type of twins because we have experienced the same things in life, even though we might not even be talking to each other, you know, because I haven't talked to my sister in like, what, 6 years or so. And in the past 7 years, so she comes and go. And our life is kind of similar. We have experienced some of the same things, but we are very two different people. No. But my mother has always had a close relationship with my sister. I think they are more alike than me and my mother. I always felt like I was Yahweh's child. Even though I didn't even know Yahweh's name, I called him God. But I always felt like I just came through my mother, but I wasn't my mother's. I was Yahweh's. Always, from ever since I was a kid, I can remember Yahweh protecting me. Even my sister admitted that Yahweh, and you know, we said God at the time, looks out for me. And so, you know, not being close to your mother, it brings you closer to you, the Heavenly Father. It really does. Because when you are at your most, what word can I say? Like, when you really, really need someone the most, you know, like really in dire need of help, and that help is not there, you lean on the Heavenly Father. You start looking to Him for everything, and He comes through for you. And in this next story time I'm going to tell, you're going to see how Yahweh came through for me, because He did. And when I finish, you'll see, when I finish this story time, you'll see how Yahweh came through for me in this story time. My next story time. Sometimes, like these story times, I have to get my mind right, you know, and I have to kind of like stop and think, focus and stuff, so I remember everything, so I can tell it like it should be told. So I just can't like rush into it. You know, I have to take time and just sit and just think and have a little time to myself before I can start telling the story times. So that's the reason why I don't want to tell this story time, because I'm tired now. And I want to tell it, you know, without being tired and sleepy, because it's not gonna be right. But yeah, me and my mother, we've never been close. Um, I have always longed for a close relationship with my mother, but it just never happened really, until I even prayed and asked Yahweh to move my sister out of the way, because I couldn't have a relationship with my mother with my sister in the way. So I prayed and I asked Him to move her out the way so I can have a relationship with my mother. And He answered my prayer. He moved her out of the way. She was gone for 7 years. And I had a relationship with my mother. Yeah. We went to Hawaii. Me, my mother, and two other women. We went to San Diego. We went to Tijuana. Where else did we go? And not in 2018, we went to Grand Cayman and Jamaica and Cozumel. We took a cruise. I love cruises. I love cruises. Yeah, I do. I want to go on as many cruises as I can go on when I get some money. And I also love trains. I absolutely love trains. And I would like to take me a train ride. I'm like from state to state. And I looked it up. They're expensive. Yeah, they're way more expensive than a cruise. But yeah, one day I will be able to do that. I do believe I will be able to take me a train ride and go on many cruises that I want to go on. But anyway, I don't know if I finished talking about me and my mother. Yeah, we just, like I said, I'm Yahweh's child. I always have been, and I think that's why me and my mother has never really had a close relationship. So when I'm around her too much, it just don't work out. I'm like, so I stay away from her as much as I can. We talk on the phone a lot, like probably like 5 days a week, sometimes 2 days, 2 times in one day. So we talk on the phone a lot. So I noticed that that's okay. We good at that, but it's when we see each other too much is when it don't work out. So I stay away as long as I can, and she misses me when I stay away a long time. She be asking me, when you coming to visit? When you coming to spend the night? Because you know, when I do come, I don't spend the night. Like I come on Mother's Day, I don't spend the night. If I come on Thanksgiving or Christmas, which I don't celebrate the pagan holidays, but I don't spend the night. So she be missing me. So I just recently started spending the night. And she started coming out here to where I am and get a hotel room. That's how much she be missing me. Because I stay away. Because I'm like, this ain't working. So I try to do what works. Because remember I told you I don't like stress. So it works if I stay away. But we talk on the phone a lot. And so we're going to Palm Springs soon for 2 days with a church. It's not my church. It's not her church. It's a friend of a friend's church. So I'm just going to meet them in Palm Springs because I'm closer to Palm Springs than my mother and that church. So yeah, so that's why I don't live with my mother. Plus, where my mother lives, I really don't want to live there. The area, the city, I don't want to live there. It's not like I look down on the city that she lives in. It's just how can I say this? I like to be where, okay, I'm going to say this and I hope that you can understand. I like to be where there's a mixture of races. Um, I like to be where there are more Caucasian than more Caucasian, um, some blacks, some Hispanics, and some Asians, but more Caucasians. And the reason why I like to live where there's more Caucasians is because where there are more blacks and Mexicans, like where my mother lived, it's not a lot of Caucasian where she lived. It's mostly black and Mexican and lower income type of area. I just feel like I don't feel like, I know in my heart that the people that rule this world, what should I call them? That the people that sit in high places. You know, the Bible talk about the people that sit in high places. I believe in my heart that they target lower income areas. they target areas where there's majority blacks and Mexicans. They target those areas. I believe that they do put things in the air. I believe that they don't send the best foods in those areas. Like I heard of them, like when things expire in the nicer neighborhoods, they take it back, they take the date off, and they put a new date on, and they send it to the lower income areas where there's more blacks and Mexicans. I did hear that they do that. And one time I was at my mother's house, and I went to the nearest grocery store, and I had bought a bag of chips. And those chips, the date was up to date, because I always look at the date on the chips. And it was up to date, wasn't nowhere near being expired. I started eating those chips. I'm telling you, those chips were old. They were old. I had to look at the date again. I said, no, they changed the date on this. So, like Atlanta, Georgia, I never want to move to Atlanta, Georgia. Because I feel like, I believe when they want to start targeting areas, they go where there's mostly us. So that's why I stay away from those areas. I try my best to, I want to live where, I honestly, I think they'll target any race, to be honest with you, if they really want to. But I feel like they go after, first and foremost, Black Americans, Mexicans. We're their first targets. And so, and plus the crime rate is higher where my mother lives than where I live. I definitely would not want to live in my car where my mother lived. Definitely not. So that's another reason why I prefer here. I think at one point this city was number 2 safest city in the United States. And I have had some issues here, so I don't think they report everything. Because they be they be stealing in stores and stuff, and they be having robberies and stuff, and I heard they don't report everything, so that's probably why they're the second safest city in the nation, or United States, however they want to call it. So, yeah, I like where I'm at. This city reminds me of, it's like the city and the country all rolled up in one. And I like that. Where my mother is, it's just city, urban area. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when I'm at her house, it's like factories near her house. And I go outside and I smell it all in the air. And I'm like, how are they breathing around here? It's so strong. It's all in the air. And I'm like, I know this got to be doing something to people's health. Like, when I'm here, when I sleep in my car, I don't smell that. It's like fresh air here. But where she's at, it's like the factories are giving off some type of fume. And she never complains about it because I think they're used to it. But I smell it when I'm there, and it's horrible when you go outside. So my mother, one time she came here, and we went to Sizzler and ate, and she looked up at the trees, and she was like, the trees here are so green and beautiful. And I looked up, and I was like, yeah, I guess so. But I was used to it because I've been here so many years that it did not, I didn't recognize it, So, and so when I compared it to where she lives to where I'm at, and I can see why she said that, because their trees are not like that there. It's more greener, more, you know, the trees are more nicer here. And she noticed that right away. So I'm so glad my cell phone is working. I'm so glad. So I don't know, maybe I have to like reset this to my cell phone now that I have um updated my cell phone. I probably have to reset it. Anyway, I'm glad I don't have to go buy a camera. Oh, I ain't got no money for that. Then I broke my screen on my cell phone. I paid $100 for it to be fixed, and now I broke it again. But it's not as bad as the other one, so I just buy a cover and put over it. But I wish I could have brought you guys a video and uploaded it Monday, but I would try to make it make the video Monday night, because I have to take my van to get inspected for Uber. If I don't do it tomorrow, then I'll just do it Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I plan on doing Uber Wednesday, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I think I answered y'all questions, probably the questions you were thinking, like why you don't live with your mama. That's why. I told you I like a peace of mind. So, yeah, I like a peace of mind. And I get a, see, my mother and my grandmother, they got along good, real good. My grandmama was in Mississippi, and we were out here in California. So, you know, when you got that amount of distance away from each other, you know, you miss each other when you see each other. You ain't trying to get in no arguments or anything like that, or be petty, you know, when you got that distance away from each other. So, yeah. I think that's it. I'll try to start this video over tomorrow for my next story time. It's a good one. If I do say so myself, it is a good one. And I'm sure it's something that happens to a lot of homeless people. I was in the store, gas station, talking to one of the employees. Sometimes I just standing there and we just talk. And there was 2 homeless women came in there. One was trying to get her change together to pay for the food that she was buying. She didn't have enough, and I just gave them $1 to pay for the rest of her food. And that was all I had in cash, was $1. Then here come another lady, and she was trying to get something, and she didn't have no more money on her EBT card, and she just wanted these little Vienna sausages, and I didn't have no more cash, and she walked out. I just, like, it really hurts me so bad when I see people hungry, or they can't buy something, you know, food. It hurts so bad. And if I had the money, I would have hurt and gave her the money to pay for those Vienna sausage. I was hoping I would see her when I left out of the store. I could go and buy her something and bring it to her. But it hurts so bad to see people hungry, because I know how I feel. Yeah, so I feel like I'm in pain when I see people hungry. Anyway, I'll let y'all guys go because I am sleepy. And I don't even know what I'm going to title this video. Oh, I titled it something that had to do with my relationship with my mother. Because that's, I think, mostly what I talked about. So, What's that saying? They say distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think that's the saying. Well, that's me and my mother. Distance. All right. I will see you guys in the next video. Good night.